Hello, welcome to another episode of Muni-Muni with Ansis. Our guest for today is a content creator, she's an educator, and she makes production concepts more accessible to more people. Everyone, please welcome Miss Bea Chu. Hello. Hi, Bea.
Hi.
Thank you so much for accepting our invite.
Thank you for having me.
How are you?
I am doing good. Pretty excited for today. Yeah.
Before recording, nag-uusap lang tayo about our pets, yung mga troubles natin shooting in our small studios.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pero now we're in a big studio. Medyo na ano nga na natakot ako na or na insecure ako na baka maraming ipupuna si Bea sa setup natin today as an expert.
No, I love it. The setup is amazing. I love it here. I hope to have one as big as this and multiple rooms in the future. It's a great setup.
Thank you. Well, this is one of the things I first ask all of my guests for the season is how Chinoy are you? Because you're Chinese, so can you tell us about yung upbringing mo as a Chinoy?
I used to say na I am hella Chinese.
Hella Chinese.
Hella Chinese. But it's not ano, I can't say I'm hella Chinoy.
Okay.
Because my dad is Chinese, my
Okay.
mom is Taiwanese.
Ah.
And so I'm like, ain't that like double Chinese? So I'm hella Chinese. So
Did both of them grew up here or did they migrate?
so my dad grew up here
Okay.
and then my mom grew up in Taiwan and then came here. Yeah.
Kung ako kasi like both of my parents are Chinese but they both grew up here.
Mm-hmm.
So ako 100% Chinese. Parang feeling ko ikaw like 150. 150%
Parang,
Chinese.
weird eh, di ba?
Yeah. How is it like how did you notice a difference parang sa dad mo as a Chinoy or Chinese who grew up here and your mom na Taiwanese?
Yeah. So first off, parang even the dialect, yung Hokkien, may difference siya in
Okay.
terms of accent.
Okay.
And then like the some terms that we use. But then also in the food options, ganon. Mostly there. The rest of it, kasi I grew up here, so parang I'm
Yeah.
surrounded by the Chinese community here.
Yeah.
So not too different in that.
So, yung mom mo also speaks Hokkien because I thought sa Taiwan they spoke Mandarin.
They speak Hokkien, but
It's a different
yeah,
Hokkien.
parang may accent siya.
Okay.
Yun. Yun.
and are you fluent?
I can't say I'm trying. I'm duoing. Yeah, I'm learning more Mandarin now kasi I feel like we'll talk about this later with like the school stuff.
Yeah.
But I'm learning more Mandarin now. I get to practice it at home when I speak with my parents. So conversation I can carry. I cannot read.
You can ako din. Ako rin. I can only especially ngayon kasi ang dami ng parang simplify ng mga Chinese characters. Yun talaga because sa St. Jude very traditional yung characters na
Yeah.
tinuturo. Yeah.
Same.
When it comes to parenting and upbringing, I'm just curious. Ngayon ko lang nalaman na your mom is Taiwanese. Like, is there a difference parang Taiwanese culture versus the Chinese culture here in the Philippines?
I'm not super sure. Pero, alam ko, like, kunyari, when we go to Taiwan, when I was younger, we would visit Taiwan a lot. And then my mom would tell me that when she was in Taiwan, it's very, very independent na they go to school and all. Tapos, I think also growing up in Taiwan is kind of different.
Yeah.
Whenever I go to Taiwan, it feels warm. It feels like home.
Yeah.
Although I never lived there. But, it feels familiar.
Okay.
And I guess that's also thanks to my mom. In terms of, is there a big difference? Parang feeling ko, I can't tell. But I feel like, in some ways.
You mentioned earlier na yung isang big difference is food.
Yeah.
And what's a good Taiwanese food?
Have you had ma jiang mian?
Ma jiang mian. So
It's
is
like
it noodles?
peanut sesame noodles.
Ah.
Have you tried that?
Parang yung ba yung parang sa Shilin? Ano?
Oo,
Shilin ba yan?
meron,
Shilin?
meron.
Is that the same thing?
Yeah. Although syempre, ininitpick ko siya, diba?
Oo.
Sa Shilin, medyo matamis siya. The way that my mom makes it is more on the savory, salty side.
Okay.
Tapos, sobrang love ko siya. And then, I didn't even notice na parang, hindi pala siya like a typical dish.
Okay.
Nung medyo older na ako, na-realize ko na, hindi pala siya something that like Chinese people really
Here.
have here.
Yeah.
So, certain differences like that. Tapos, na-realize ko rin na, syempre we've got like a lot of Chinese restaurants, diba?
Yeah.
So when we go there, we're very familiar with the dishes that are there, that are being served. But then, I find na Taiwanese cuisine and Taiwanese food feels parang lighter. Kaching is what I'm trying to say.
Kaching, which translates to parang... I guess lighter nga.
Yeah,
like cleaner.
I can't say
less,
cleaner, diba? Kasi parang...
well, yeah. I mean...
lighter in flavor.
Parang less oil.
Yeah,
not as oily.
Not as heavy. More... parang mas... sila sa... yung actual taste ng food rather than seasonings.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's safe to
Okay,
say.
yes. Meron bang, do you have a recommendation na kunyari, a really good Taiwanese place dito sa Manila?
Meron, pero nakalimutan ko na. There's not much eh.
Yun nga kasi maraming like Chinese.
Marami din yung mga, Hong Kong cuisine, which are like really good. But then, Taiwanese cuisine, not so much. Although, alam ko meron somewhere in Makati.
Yung alam ko lang yung mga Taiwanese chicken, yung mga hot star, yung mga ganun. Which is also good.
It is also good, yes. That is true. I think Shilin was the closest one before they took out the drunken chicken. They used to have like a drunken chicken dish was so good. Okay. But I think it's not palatable usually too.
Baka ano ba yung drunken chicken? Like with alcohol?
With alcohol. Sobrang sarap.
Isa pang recently na in-order namin sa Grab, nakalimutan ko kung ano yung tawag. Pero feeling ko Taiwanese din siya kasi yung in-order namin yung stinky tofu.
Yeah.
That's Taiwanese, di ba?
I think so. Pero meron din kasi siya in parts of China. Sa alam ko
Okay.
But I've never been to China, so I cannot comment on that.
Okay. Sige. Let's talk about schools. Yeah. You're from Ika.
Yes.
And then, sabi mo kanina, you're trying to learn Chinese because sa Ika ba, hindi kayo masyadong... Well, yun yung alam kong stereotype.
No, it's true.
Na hindi masyadong napapractice yung Chinese ng Ikans.
Yeah. So, alam mo yung, diba, parang question and answer. It's also like a joke. Sa Ika, pagka binigyan ka ng, question and answer, you really just copy and repeat the question and then just change the end for the answer. Yun lang. Tapos kapag writing, ganun din. And I think if it's not because my parents also taught me at home and my mom really converses with me and I get to practice my Chinese, I probably wouldn't have been able to get better at it.
Yeah.
Kasi oh my gosh. But like, yeah. So sa Ika, kaya masasabi ko na you can't compare it with like in St. Jude kasi you have multiple classes in Chinese, right?
Well, during my time we had two. We had parang yung vocabulary class and vocabulary and grammar, tapos yung isa yung history. But also hindi ko alam. Siguro stereotype lang talaga sa St. Jude na magaling kami mag-Chinese. But ako personally, hindi na ako fluent because I think, sabi mo nga, kailangan talaga may practice sa bahay.
Yeah.
And back at home, parang yung ama ko yung very strict when it comes to Chinese. So when she passed away, wala na akong practice. And our lessons sa St. Jude, also just a lot of memorization.
Yeah. Yun din yung parang... Yun din yung calm ko with it. Tapos in Ika kasi, hindi ko alam kung naabutan ko pa yun eh. Parang tagal na. Pero nung time ko, So, number grade pa rin siya.
Okay.
Pero ngayon, letter grade na siya. Sa alam ko, I don't know if it changed. But, if it's a letter grade, then it's ka-ano na niya, ka-level niya yung mga, ano ba, parang home ec, PE.
You mean letter grade na lang yung Chinese lessons?
Oo. Yung Chinese
sa
subject.
Yung Chinese subject.
Hindi na siya like number.
Parang ano na lang siya, parang like pass or fail, ganun.
Parang, so in some ways, feeling ko it's not a priority. Although, like, I learned quite a bit in Ika. I think now, mas natututo ko with Duo.
Duolingo?
Oo, kasi may conversational stuff siya.
So, nagdo-Duolingo ka for Chinese?
Yeah.
Alam mo, I should get into Duolingo.
It's nice.
Yun yung hindi ko pa... Well, I think never ko pa nasubukan mag-Duolingo. As in, nakakita ko yung mga friends ko, yung parang, hala, magme-midnight na, kailangan ko...
Nagagalit kasi siya.
Magdo-Duolingo muna ako. Ganun.
Inaano ka niya ginagaslight ka niya, nagagalit siya. Pag hindi ka nagduduo, galit na siya. It's an angry bird. Yeah. Sorry.
Can you only do one language at a time sa Duolingo?
You can do more than one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sige.
So, worth checking out.
Sige, I'll do that. Going back to Ika, kamusta naman? Did you like going to Ika? Oh, okay. Kita ko na kaagad yung facial expression. Lumaki yung mata ni Bea.
No comment po.
Or what's a favorite moment na lang sa Ika?
Favorite
What did you
moment?
like about Ika?
That it was close to my house. The joke lang. I liked playing sports when I was in high school. I still do. So I'm glad that there were lots of different activities to do there. Always loved club activities as well.
Okay.
If there's one thing though, parang feeling ko what Ika did for me growing up was nurture educationally also, and like the knowledge and stuff, but then also elevate my taste as a whole. Feeling ko.
What do you mean by that? Like elevate your taste?
So I think kasi we develop our taste, and I talk about this a lot then when it comes to content creation and all that. We develop our taste by being exposed to other people, right? And then we take on their taste. So taste in music, taste in media, entertainment, everything.
Yeah.
And so being in a school surrounded by that kind of community and those kinds of families, I think really contributed to nurturing and then also growing my taste as a human being in terms of culture, in terms of interactions, in terms of how I talk to people, how I present myself. So I think Ika did a pretty good job.
Iniisip ko kung yung mga ka-close and kakilala kong Ikans. But yes, parang they're always very like put together, they always speak well, they present well, tapos yeah, they do have good taste. Oo nga. I agree with that. Sa Ika mo ba nakuha yung parang interest mo in like music and theater?
Yeah,
Because
actually.
you took what did you take in college?
I took up music production
Okay.
in college. But then, that was like later. Ang dami kong tinik nung college. Kasi,
Ano yung unang course mo sa
so
college?
yung unang course ko, straight out of high school, was eduk, major in math, sa Lasal.
Layo.
Diba? Kasi doon yung it's like serious course.
Yeah.
Tapos
It's the Chinese parents approved course.
I was gonna say, yes, it's the Chinese parents approved course. So after that, I was there for like a year and one term, and then I switched to ECE. So Electronics and Communications Engineering.
Yeah.
Kasi
That's a
sobrang,
hard course, diba?
Yeah,
Yan yung
yeah.
mas approved pa. Feeling ko.
Yeah. In some ways, parang hindi pa nila masyado, parang skeptical, pero kasi engineer, diba? So parang yes. But I took it because I was such a big fan of Iron Man and Tony Stark. Let's be real. But it was so hard. But what I really wanted was music production. Yun talaga yung gusto ko. Kasi nung time na yun, when I graduated high school, Benilde just introduced the music production na course. Tapos, they had dalawang entrance exam. So, one for Benilde and then another one for music prod. And then I took that. Tapos, I think they were only accepting between 16 to 24 per year or per term nung time na yon. So, nakapasa ako. But then, my parents were like,
Well, no.
no.
They didn't.
Why not this?
Why not
Why that?
ECE?
Why not this? So I took that. And then, eventually, umabot ako sa point na sabi ko, ay, hindi ko na kaya. Sobrang gusto ko talaga every time I go to school in Lasal, and I'm like in a class for engineering, cool, like the math, I like the math and all. Pero, I kept thinking about what would my life be like if I was in Benilde right now.
What made you first interested in music production? Were you always into music ba ganun?
Yeah, so in high school, I started learning how to play the guitar. And then I started writing songs.
Okay.
Tapos, yung limit ng knowledge ko sa self-learning was konti lang talaga. As in like, mababa ng limit. So I thought, I think kasi music is a harder thing to teach yourself rather than, for example, video filmmaking. Because ang video and filmmaking, you can see it. Ang music, you really have to just rely on your ears.
Yeah.
And that's why it's so hard to talk about audio because it's subjective. So I started writing songs, and then that's what got me into, okay, I want to learn how to do this properly. That's why I applied for music prod. Kasi it was like a toss-up between filmmaking or music. And I thought, ang arrogant ko pa na. I think I can teach myself how to film. So I will go and ask someone to teach me how to make music.
That makes sense because parang ngayon, especially ngayon with the rise of content creators, mas mabilis naman talaga to like shoot yourself and to shoot stuff versus to create good music. Do you still write songs now? Hindi na.
Yeah, na-realize ko through so funny. Na-realize ko through my journey in music production na kahit gusto ko siya, hindi abot doon yung talent ko. I was surrounded by so many talented people. People who could sing, who can write, who can produce, arrange, and then play lots of instruments. And all I could really do was more surface level of those things. But I did really well in organizing and producing people, like events and people like that. So, parang sabi ko na lang na, okay na, sige. Ako na lang yung taga-film sa inyo.
Ano yung sinabi ng parents mo when you finally shifted to Benil?
So, I didn't tell them. Ano yung story? I didn't tell them. Kasi umabot ako sa point na ayoko na pumasok. Sobrang na-discourage na ako. And that was alarming for me kasi I used to be the person who really believed in the value of education. Na feeling ko it's such a privilege to be able to learn. So for me to reach a point na I dread going, na wala na, it's not exciting for me. I don't want to go to school anymore. Was like, I have to stop. And so I went to Benilde. I asked about transferring. And then I went ahead with it. Tapos, nung napasa ko na lahat, na-take ko na yung test, pag uwi ko, sabi ko sa dad ko, natandaan ko pa rin yun. Kaupo siya. He already forgot. He was sitting there and I told him, Pa, I transferred. I applied. Galit na galit siya. Tapos sabi ko, pero yung first choice ko, consular and diplomatic affairs.
Okay. Totoo ba
Pwede
yun?
ako maging ambassador. Second choice ko siya. Pwede ako maging ambassador. Which was kind of in line with our family business.
Okay.
Noong time na yun, kasi we have a travel agency. So sabi ko, pwede ako maging ambassador. Pero technically, first choice ko talaga. Siguro. Sabi ko, pero kung hindi ako makapasa doon, second choice ko minsan.
Na-sidetrack lang ako. Parang, na-realize ko, ang daming Chinoy families who have travel agencies as family
Talaga?
businesses. Oo. Parang,
You know what, yeah?
Oo, di ba? Parang, hindi ko alam kung bakit. Pero yeah, may
We like
something about
traveling.
travel agencies and Chinoy families. Akala ko dati like puro, kasi kami dati may hardware kami. Akala ko dati parang puro ganon.
Akala ko nga din.
Pero like ikaw na yung parang siguro third Chinese family na alam kong may nagka-travel agency as a business. I understand that yung ko, especially having Chinese parents, ang dami kong like secrets from them lalo na nung bata ako, like when I would parang attend mga musical workshops or yung mga or if I would join parang yung dance troupe or mga rehearsals, mga ganyan, parang a lot of the time I will keep them, parang secret sila from my parents kasi gusto nila parang aral, very practical.
You have to study. Kasi anything that you do outside of studying takes away from your chance to study.
Yeah. Pero you were able to use your audio production, music production, knowledge from school, tapos na-transfer mo siya to your content creation.
Yeah.
Because right now, yung content mo is educating more people about video, audio production, and you're making it more accessible
Yes.
to us common folks. So can you tell us about your content creation journey?
Yeah. So I started creating content 2017. This was the time ng vlogging pa.
Okay.
So I just wanted to be a vlogger. And then no shame, I thought that kind of lifestyle was really nice. And who I was super into tech.
Yeah.
Still am. And then, syempre, kapag tech reviewer ka or vlogger ka, you get a lot of packages and you get to review and touch the newest tech.
Yeah.
And I was the friend, or I was the person who, every time there's a gathering, I'm like, oh, what phone are you using? Can I borrow? Just like, look it up. So I wanted to do that. That was the primary reason before. And then, that slowly grew into, during the pandemic, nawalan na ako ng kasi hindi ako consistent noon. Tapos, nag-lockdown at lahat-lahat. Tapos, nasa bahay na ako. Tapos sabi ko, ano na yung excuse mo ngayon? Bakit di ka gumagawa ng content? And then, because it was the pandemic and everyone was online, a lot of people were doing covers, were singing, and then these were people who I worked with in theater. And I know they can sing, you know, because theater, diba? Music, musicals and all. Tapos, I remember watching a video of somebody doing a cover. Tapos, ang gamit niya, headset. Yung
wired,
yung wired na may mic pa. Pero, yung nakaganyan, isang earbud, tapos nakalaylay yung mic. Tapos ang pangit ng sound. Pero alam ko magaling siya kumanta. Tapos sabi ko, nakakainis na. Bakit ganon? And ito rin yung time kasi that everyone was like buying the BM800, yung condenser microphone with like, I forgot na. Ang tagal na, di ba? Because everyone was like doing live stream. Tapos I'm like, I feel like it's such a scam. Like, you're paying 500 pesos but it doesn't sound good.
Ako yung isa sa mga na-scam.
I mean,
kasi bumili rin ako ng mic na yun.
Because it was
pandemic.
what everyone was buying. But I was taught na you would want a condenser microphone if your place is treated. Like this room is treated. And you can control the sound. Otherwise, you would want something that's less sensitive so that the other sounds are not being picked up, which is a dynamic microphone. So anyway, I saw that video. And then I thought na, I don't want to call out this person.
Yeah.
So I might as well just make a video. Tapos kung umabot sa kanya, edi umabot. Kung hindi umabot, edi hindi. Tapos pa ako, I had a slight argument pa sa sarili ko na, isn't it too simple to do this? Like, it's such a basic knowledge.
Yeah.
But then, sabi ko, kasi I might as well just do it. And I filmed it on my phone lang. I had like a Huawei that time. I had like a, because the Huawei that time came with a headset pa. Dun sa box, ngayon wala na eh. And then I just showed na instead of doing this, na nakalaylay lang, kuha ka na lang ng bobby pins, tapos i-clip mo dito. Para dyan lang siya, yung microphone. And then, yan, nilabas ko siya. Because that's what I used to do in college, as a broke college kid. Ang ganda ng facilities namin and all. And I remember not borrowing a microphone nun. Pero, syempre may mic stand ng ganito, diba? So, nilagay ko lang dito yung headset. Tas dun kami, that's how we did our projects. But it was okay kasi it was in a soundproof studio room. But I put that out. I went to sleep. And then I woke up. It was viral.
Wow.
It was crazy.
And that was your very first viral content?
Yeah.
Okay. That was ever since then you started producing more like educational content like that?
Yeah. May nag-click kasi nung time na yun. Na parang, oh, I thought this was such a simple thing. But that's because I was surrounded by people who knew how to do it.
Yeah.
Like, it was such a basic thing for us.
Yeah.
I didn't realize na maybe other people didn't think about it. And so putting it out there during the time wherein short videos were mostly covers and people dancing, I think that is also what contributed to it working.
Now na parang more people are more knowledgeable no in content creation, mas medyo may alam na tayo konti since a lot of people are doing content. Ano pa tingin mo yung parang a common mistake that like content creators are doing right now na feeling mo easy fix lang when it comes to like audio or where they shoot?
Let's say audio. Sobrang basic is not turning off the fan, not turning off the aircon, or
Patay.
Ay, pero kasi to be fair, marami na ring microphones ngayon that filter out. And they're smart enough to have a level of noise reduction.
Okay.
So, hindi na siya ganun ka kailangan gawin. Because over the years, our gear and tech have gotten much smarter. I think another one would be, ito na lang.
Okay.
For those who are filming on their phones, I think an easy fix is to put down the phone instead of hold it.
Put down the phone instead of hold it.
Yeah, set it down. Not like put it down, like set it down somewhere.
Or like
on a tripod.
Okay.
Yeah. And doing that opens up a lot more. Kasi when you're holding it, you only ever have like one angle. And it's constantly moving. But if you set it down somewhere, now you can walk away, you can do a close up, you can do a mid shot, you can do a wide shot. Ang dami mo nang pwedeng gawin. Tapos, steady lang siya. And then, that introduces a lot more, what's the term I'm looking for? Dynamic movement. Because you're the one who's moving, so people are more engaged in. It feels a little bit more professional too.
That makes sense. Na to put it on a tripod. Parang yung mga iba kasi ngayon, parang ginagawang, alam mo yun yung may mga nagtuturo ng, this is a good hook when it comes to like TikTok kasi parang mukha siyang authentic when you hold your phone tapos mukha siyang shaky, ganun.
That's true.
Pero yeah. Ano yung pwede mong tip? Because kunakwento ko nga sa'yo kanina, parang we have 4 cats right now sa bahay. And kapag nag-shoot ako, minsan kailangan ko silang hintayin to calm down before I shoot kasi minsan nasa litter box sila, ang ingay nila, or parang they will come to me. So, what's a good tip kapag parang medyo hindi conducive yung surroundings mo or yung bahay mo to shoot?
2 things. Lagi ko sinasabi is, kasi you can't get around noise talaga. Even like noise reduction after when you edit it, it's not that good. If it's bad, if it sounds bad, it sounds bad. So there's 2 things that you can do. One is you take yourself out of the situation. Or two, you do something else. So one, if you take yourself out of a situation, a good place to record would be inside the car. And when you record inside the car, mas maliit yung area.
Yeah.
Tapos, hindi rin siya ganun ka echoey or reverb
Yeah.
because you have cushions. So that's always a good place. And then you can drive out to the sun where there's light. And to a quiet place. Two is if it's really noisy, my suggestion is not to push it. You instead have the option to do a voiceover. But then I think it would be harder if it's skits.
Medyo. pero yes.
Or narrate. If it's
Oo
skits,
nga.
then narrate.
Oo nga. Good tips. Thank you. Thank you for that. Speaking of like tools, alam mo marami na ngayon parang AI tools right now. And sometimes medyo scary siya kasi a lot of them might replace or yun yung parang nagiging fear, 'di ba? Na some of the AI tools are trying to replace the creatives, the designers, yung mga editors. First, what are your thoughts about these AI tools?
Okay. Where I stand when it comes to AI is if it's a tool to make your production faster or to make your workflow faster, then I'm all for that. I use Claude a lot.
Okay.
Where I draw the line is when you use AI to create things that either you replicate someone else's work, it's really that. When you use AI to copy someone's work, to make it your own, to steal other types of content and make it your own. I'm also not a big fan of AI generated content.
Yeah. Pangat lang sila.
Yeah.
Well, ngayon pangat sila pero yun nga
It's
yung
gonna get
nakakatakot
better.
Oo.
Yeah. Feeling ko case by case na siya kapag ganon. Kasi if it's something like you use AI to, for example, you use AI to give me like a different background, I think pwede pa. If you use AI to relight the scene, pwede pa. But if you use AI to change what I say, change my face, and stuff like that, then that's...
Yeah. Everyone is using AI to create their posters. Lahat ng posters ngayon magkakamukha na. Tapos pare-pareho yung font, yung parang ganun-ganun yung font na. Tapos walang white space. Like punong-puno yung poster, punong-puno ng information ng poster na ano ang binabasa ko? Diba? Everything looks the same right now.
Yeah.
Pero yun nga, yun yung nakakatakot na it will get better. At next time, minsan mahirap na nga i-identify ngayon kung ano yung AI-generated na na content. Pero kung may AI tool ka na you can recommend us like content creators, what would be a good AI tool to help our production?
I am super into, and I have been using Claude a lot. And I'm trying to maximize it talaga. I think Claude is a good platform, an AI tool, to source out work. So as a content creator, one of the things that we should be doing is research so that we can also see, okay, what types of content are working for our own, what types of content are working that other people are doing. And I think AI is such a time efficient tool to do that, like not a lifesaver, a time saver.
Yeah.
Kasi you can just program it and then you tell AI to, okay, source out, tignan mo lahat ng mga ganito under this type of content, categorize mo siya, and then from there, get insights from that. You can also use AI to go through your own content for the past, sabihin natin, 3 months.
Yeah.
And then, analyze niya yung feed mo to be like, what are your best working content? One of my favorite ones naman is, kasi you can do that. Technically, pwede mo siyang gawin manually. And it's not as time consuming kasi you just look at your videos. Where I think AI really shines for me is I can take it a step further by then telling AI to go through my comments and then see what people are saying. Lalo na kapag if you have a viral
Yeah.
video,
Oo.
you put that into AI. In Claude, meron siyang co-work. I think ChatGPT also has something like that na rin. It takes over your computer. You have to do this at your own risk. But you want to, it takes over your computer, it goes through Chrome or something, and then it looks at all of the comments. It filters out stuff, and then it gets insights from that. And I think that's super
Galing.
valuable.
Okay, ngayon ko lang. Okay,
Yeah,
very,
kasi,
very helpful.
diba? Because you from that, you can directly get data, backed data, to inform you of, okay, what are people, audience who are seeing my content, what do they want to see next? What are their most frequently asked questions?
Yeah.
Which I can solve or answer with like one
Galing.
video.
That's very helpful. Kasi minsan, just like earlier today, parang nag-iisip ako, ano yung pwede kong i-content later? Kasi yung process ko is, since medyo same day ako nag-shoot and nagpo-post eh. So, minsan, lalo na pag mental block ka or creatively you're blocked, parang hindi mo talaga maisip, ano yung pwede kong i-shoot next? Ano yung next content ko? Pero, I'll try that. Well, bakit Claude and not, or is Claude better than ChatGPT? Kasi meron akong, I use ChatGPT, yun din to help me brainstorm. Pero I haven't done yung sinabi mo na it can also help you analyze your content and your comments.
Nung time kasi na I decided to give Claude a try, I was so done with chat. I was so done with ChatGPT because yung time na yon, ChatGPT just sounded like an enabler. So nakakainis siya na parang, I don't
Totoo.
want you to enable me.
May sinulat akong like stand-up joke about that na si ChatGPT, sobrang enabler nga niya na every time may itatanong ka sa kanya, sasabihin niya muna sa'yo, that's a good question.
Diba?
You're so smart. Bakit mo
Iba-validate
naisip
ka muna
yan?
niya.
Oo, iba-validate ka talaga niya before giving you an answer. Pero yung si Claude ba hindi ganun?
Minsan, I think it depends on the model, but na-appreciate ko si Claude the first time I used it kasi instead of, ito yung flow. So, magpo-prompt ka kay ChatGPT, tapos i-validate ka niya. Tapos, pagkatapos niya i-validate, i-enable niya, i-encourage niya yung point mo from your perspective. Tapos, yun na yun. And then, with Claude naman, nung time na yun, yung prompt ko, nilagay ko doon. Tapos, nagulat ako kasi yung first ano niya sa akin was a question. Hindi niya sinagot agad. Parang nag-ask siya ng, did you mean this or ganyan? Let me ask you a couple more questions so that I get a better understanding of what you're trying to say and what you need. So, dun pa lang, parang sabi ko, okay. There are extra steps. And then from there, I kept using Claude. Then I discovered na merong co-work, which you can pretty much delegate tasks to co-work while you're working. So you can even leave it. I think ChatGPT has it now because I'm back to ChatGPT now, trying it again. But you can now use your phone and then send, it's called dispatch. You can send it as long as your computer's open. You can be like, okay, I want you to organize all of my files, pull up this document from this brand, whatever, and then write up ganyan, all on the go. So parang, it was really cool.
My boyfriend has a Claude subscription. So, parang mas ginagamit kasi niya for work. He's in tech kasi. So, parang nakikita ko rin how they use Claude for tech. Lalo na yung Claude code or something.
Yeah, I actually wanted to share lang. So recently, I can't code. I cannot. I failed that class when I was doing ECE. But recently, have you heard of vibe coding?
Vibe coding. Yeah, yun ba yung parang sasabihin mo lang kay Claude na parang, do this, tapos siya na magka-code lang.
Yeah. So because of vibe coding, I was able to create an app from an idea in like a week, prototype it and then launch it. Tapos I hacked my Kindle. And then now I turned it into like an e-ink dashboard. Tas, iterate lang. pretty cool talaga.
Ang galing. So, sorry sa mga coders out there.
Sorry.
Pero kasi yung mga katrabaho din ng boyfriend ko, they're coders, but ngayon nagva-vibe coding na lang din sila. Hindi na sila, siguro ano rin, I guess it saves them time, pero yeah, Claude. Sige, I'll try to use Claude
Diba?
soon. Okay. I heard from an interview that you did recently na aside from doing yung mga educational content mo, you're also trying to explore or gusto mo rin to open up yourself more as a content creator to share your stories more, to be more vulnerable sa audience mo.
Yeah.
Why are you moving towards this type of content?
I'm moving towards this type of content kasi umabot ako sa point na I was burnt out. And this is all like, I'm aware it's self-inflicted pressure, talagang self-imposed pressure. And it really burns me out. And getting to a point na, and I've seen this not just sa akin, but I have also other creator friends. I have also seen other creators in different countries who are going through the same thing na high production level kind of content, churning it out, tapos biglang stop. Kasi it gets really tiring na parang one video after the other, parang hindi mo matatanggal. Ako, hindi ko matanggal sa isip ko na, how am I gonna make this video better? How can if I can't produce this idea or this video at this level of production and content, then it's not worth doing. And for me, naging detrimental na siya kasi it hinders me from creating content. So I would go like weeks, months, not putting a single piece of content out, which as content creators and full-time content creators is a little bit hard, right? And then I realized that I ended up censoring myself. Na parang instead of enjoying the whole production of, creating in the first place, ngayon I have an idea tapos hindi na lang siya magagawa kasi bago ko pa siya gawin na I've already killed the idea.
Yeah.
So I had a moment of reflection early this year na sabi ko, one of the reasons why I want to make content aside from share and enrich other people is I want to be able to save these memories as well. Kasi I'm very forgetful. So I'm glad that I have pockets of like videos and content that I've put out that remind me of the moment that I was there. So that's why I want to do a little bit more. I wanna share a little bit more. Plus, like the whole journey of burnout.
Yeah.
I find na, and I think you'll get this kasi like as Chinese, parang it's hard to be vulnerable nga, diba?
Yun nga eh. That will be my next question din eh. Parang, do you think part siya ng challenge to be more vulnerable yung kasi growing up, we weren't really taught to be expressive.
Yeah.
Parang as a culture, mas repressed talaga tayo. So has that been a challenge?
Yeah, for sure. Kasi I don't really talk about burnout. I don't talk about I'm tired. And I see all of these other creators then, international creators who are totally fine crying on cam, showing a little bit more vulnerability, and then talking about their journey of, okay, I burnt out. This is what I'm going through right now. And all I could think about is I can't say that. I can't say that I'm burnt out. Like, what would people think? Ang dami na eh.
Kahit nga sa pag-iyak eh, parang hindi rin ako. Hindi ko alam kung dahil sa Chinoy upbringing, pero hindi ako iyakin. Iiyakin ka ba? Parang never, makakount ko sa kamay ko kung kailan ako umiyak sa movie. Parang ganun. So yes. So ako rin parang feeling ko ang hirap like umiyak on camera, 'di ba? To be more vulnerable. But how are you parang changing this or how are you coping with this?
Being conscious and aware to not censor myself. Yon. So recently, sobrang miss ko na to go on YouTube and make a vlog. So I just decided to. It was like 10 p.m. the other day, and I was like, whatever. And I just talked, and then I shared. I didn't think about may hook ba to, may packaging ba to, may
Yeah.
structure ba to, or anything. I just wanted to feel happy about creating content again. And the first step to doing that is to just really do it.
Yeah.
That's also why I wanted to be more vulnerable para because I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one, right, who feels this way. But if no one's talking about it, or if I'm not talking about it, then I'll never find the people who are actually experiencing it. And you'll never be able to build that kind of community, right? And I also wanted to be more vulnerable, to have more connection with my community, to build like a more solid community, because otherwise it's just I'm passing information, and I don't want that.
Yun ba yung, because I also saw from your profile, you created Creators Unplugged.
Yeah.
Is that the community you're building?
Yeah, that is one of the communities that I'm building and nurturing, and it was born out of a lack of communities and meetups here in Manila. So I was very fortunate to be able to go to the US 2 years ago and last year, and ang lakas kasi ng creator community doon.
Okay.
Tapos sabi ko, I want to have that here. And I have the mentality na if it's not here, then I'll do it na lang. Ako na lang. So yeah, dun siya nag-start because I wanted to have a place where people can just come together and then connect offline.
Okay. So it's a meetup of creators.
Yeah,
Tapos-
creators, creatives.
Okay.
Anyone in the creator economy pretty much.
Ang ganda nun na yung sinabi mo na if it's not out there, then just do it yourself. Kasi minsan yan din yung parang iniisip ko na kunyari parang I want to isa sa mga dreams ko ngayon is I want to get into acting more, ganon. Pero wala masyadong parang siguro like film or a TV show who are looking for kunyari Chinoy actors, ganon. So kung wala nga sila out there, then why not write it yourself or produce it yourself? Very Lin-Manuel Miranda Hamilton, ganon. Okay. Narinig ko rin dun sa interview mo because nasabi ko yung Hamilton. Narinig ko rin sa interview mo na recently you just watched your first Broadway. Balik tayo sa theater kasi yun yung background mo, di ba?
Yeah,
Theater.
yeah.
What do you love about theater?
Oh, I love so much about theater. I love the magic of theater. That you can't get it. There's a totally different experience and magic in theater sa film. Film has its own. Like the magic that you get and okay, if you haven't watched Odyssey, it's good. But theater, it's the whole experience of seeing it live. You know that every performance is going to be different. Because not one performance is the same.
Yeah.
Never. And so that is beautiful. And then feeling ko working in theater has unlocked another layer of enjoying theater, because not only am I enjoying it at this level where you see the story unfold, you see the amount of talent that's on stage, but now because I have worked backstage, I know how a production runs. Sobrang nakakatuwa. Kasi nakikita ko yung layers na, oh my gosh, how did they do this?
Yeah.
Wow, the execution of this. Probably people, gloss over it kasi...
So buti na enjoy mo pa rin. Kasi yung mga iba, because they've worked in theater or kunyari in film, kapag nanonood sila ng film or ng theater, they become more critical na hindi na nila na-enjoy because parang nakikita nila, mali tong ginawa nila or pwede ko to i-apply sa work ko. Pero ikaw, na-enjoy mo pa rin yung that side of viewing.
Yeah, for sure.
Do you have any favorite plays or musicals?
There's one that's really close to my heart, but up until now, years na. It's a production I worked on. It's beautiful. It's a story by Carol. It's a story. I forgot the title. But it's beautiful.
It's a
Yung kay
play.
Carol Cake.
It's a play or musical?
It's a musical.
Okay. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay. I've heard of that pero hindi ako familiar sa material.
It's yung mga
Why is
songs.
why is it close to your heart? Because you worked on it or do you relate to the
Because I worked
story?
on it and sobrang good vibes.
Okay.
Like it was such a great production. The people that I worked with there were super awesome. Being there while mixing the music live every night was such a blessing. It was like such a treat. Nakakatuwa. It's a bop. If you get the chance, like
Okay.
watch it.
Okay. Yeah, hindi siya parang never pa siya dumating dito sa Philippines or never pa siya professionally produced here in Manila, no? Has it?
Again.
Not yet.
Only that time. So it was brought here by Atlantis before the pandemic.
Okay,
Yeah,
matagal na.
Tagal
Yeah.
na.
I've always loved the theater. I produced like a musical before with my friends. It was so fulfilling. I mean, nakaka-drain ng pera pero ng savings pero it's so fulfilling. Hindi siya pero yes. I love the theater. Yun yung isa rin sa mga gusto kong i-try ulit now. Tapos naalala ko lang kasi also in this interview na kasi I researched you. So yung isang interview, sabi mo rin dun sa interview na there will never be a shortage of beginners and that's why na-encourage ka to create more educational content. So there will never be a shortage of beginners. Ngayon ba merong something na you're trying to be a beginner at?
Yes. So, I recently got into gardening.
Gardening.
Yeah. It's so funny because I never thought that I would. But then I like plants now.
Okay.
Apparently, I do that every morning. I tend to the tiny balcony garden that we have.
What are
And
your are these parang fruit bearing vegetable garden or parang leaves plants? What type of plants?
It's a mix right now. I have herbs. I have rosemary and oregano. Doon siya nag-start. Tapos, sinave ko yung mga dying plants na neglected for 3 years. Sinave ko siya. Tapos ngayon, nag-thrive na ulit siya. ZZ plants. I have pothos. Oh! I recently tried lang, experiment. Cherry tomato. Yung seeds niya. So I have like tomato sprouts. I don't know if it's gonna survive. And
so
then,
parang binili mo ba yung seeds or parang kumain ka ng tomato tapos
Oo, tapos kasi 'di ba, the cherry tomato, sabi ko try lang. Kinuha ko yung mga seeds, tapos I washed them, tapos nilagay ko siya sa tissue. Tapos ngayon nag-grow na siya.
Wow.
Just like store-bought na cherry tomatoes. And then I had like baby potatoes that I neglected for like a week plus. Tapos may sprouts na siya. Sabi ko, try natin. So, malaki na rin siya.
Naalala ko tuloy yung alam mo yung monggo nung grade school sa cotton. Parang ang saya nga, very fulfilling nga nung makikita mo na yung monggo parang nagsasprout. Gardening. Bakit gardening? Bakit ka napasok sa gardening?
Kasi, actually funny din yung nun eh. Malapit to sa birthday ko, so around April. I wanted rosemary. So I had rosemary before, but it like died. I wanted rosemary, so I told my brother, if you have herbs, can you like get me rosemary, thyme, and oregano? Para I have, when I'm cooking, I have fresh herbs.
Yeah.
So dun siya nag-start. Tapos, I got it na, tapos nasa room ko siya. And then, it takes up space. Kasi nga, maliit na nga yung studio, diba? Tapos nandun lang siya, kailangan niya by the sun. And meron akong balcony, pero nga hindi ko siya ginagalaw. 3 years na siya. Sobrang overrun na siya by like, dying, dead plants. Kasi nga, 3 years ko na siya hindi ginalaw. Tapos sabi ko, one day, sige na nga, fine. Para lang mailabas ko na tong mga herbs. In-overhaul ko yung balcony. Tapos, nag-repot ako lahat. I threw away all of the ones that were beyond saving. And then the herbs were there. And then, I felt so good about that an entire day passed and I didn't do anything related to content. And I enjoyed it. And that's where it started. And now I have herbs for my food. Tapos, every morning I have plants that are growing, that are nurturing, like,
Ganda.
it's
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah. Naalala ko lang na ako na-interest ako sa plants nung pandemic because everyone was like, wala kang magawa sa bahay. So parang bumibili lahat ng tao ng plants. So we also bought plants for our condo na ngayon a lot of them namamatay na rin. Pero yeah, minsan kasi kailangan mo talagang to step out of the screens and just do something with your hands. No?
Yeah, for
Ma-
sure.
what do you think is feeling ko may nakita akong tweet recently na hindi na nagiging cool, parang nagkaroon ng cultural shift daw na hindi na cool maging beginner, na parang hindi na cool maging na maging interested lang in like art or in trying something new. What do you think is the importance of parang yun yung
Trying new
trying new
things.
things?
Yeah. Oh, I have thoughts about that. I don't agree. That's one. I think now, a lot of people are also saying na it's no longer cool to be nonchalant. Be chalant.
Be chalant.
Be chalant. Diba? I don't know. It's like the Gen Zs are saying. But there's one thing that I got from being a beginner at stuff. So I struggle with perfectionism. Umabot nga ako sa point na if it's not at this level, like what's the point of making it? And then there's so much pressure to perform at this level,
Yeah.
right? But I stumbled upon this when I baked. So I used to say that I could never bake. There's a whole other story about that. Kwento ko sa'yo next time. But I baked bread because I went to Germany and then I came home and I craved so much for that bread that I couldn't find it here. So I was like, I'll just try. Sure. And then I got into pottery, have done it twice, and then now the gardening. Out of these three things, aside from it has given me an outlet from my work that I enjoy, it has nothing to do with my work, I learned a very important thing, which is you don't know what you don't know. And that's important kasi when you know, like for example, with equipment and stuff, right? I know how these things work. Therefore, I also know the limits of these things. But if I don't know something, like pottery and baking and all that, ang dami kong hindi alam, the trying something supposedly hard isn't hard. It's just exciting. So when I did like the second round of pottery, I attempted something that apparently sabi nung instructor was like, this is
Expert
ambitious.
level.
And then I'm like, pero nagawa ko siya. Like ang pangit niya, pero usable. And it got me one step closer.
Yeah. Kasi hindi mo pa rin alam yung sarili mong limit.
Yeah.
So parang baby na parang trying to, as a beginner, parang you're trying to test hanggang saan nga ba yung limit ko, ano yung kaya kong gawin. So kung kaya mo gumawa ng ambitious stuff, why not?
Diba? Because as a beginner, wala dun yung fear. So the world is your oyster. You could do it. And if I can just, ako, and if everyone else, right, can just nurture that kind of feeling, then we'd all be that much happier.
Yeah.
Like, it wouldn't be so scary to do content creation. It wouldn't be so scary to go out and venture to make new business or whatever, diba? Now it's just exciting. Oh, how far can I take this without knowing this, diba?
Yeah.
So, being a beginner is super important, I think.
Yeah. And being chalant.
Being chalant.
Chalant. Siguro yun na yung parang goal ko kasi for the year is to also try new things. Kaya nga nag-try ako mag-podcast. Siguro for the second half of the year is to try to be more chalant.
Yeah.
When you say chalant, like how would you, paano ka magiging more chalant in your life?
Sa akin, I think it's just really caring. Caring a lot more about everything that you're doing. Just when something makes you feel something, like go. Like feel it instead of being like, hindi, okay lang, cool ako. Okay lang.
Yun yung parang minsan mahirap i-unlearn from the Chinoy upbringing kasi hindi at least ako, hindi ako masyadong ma-feel noon. Ano ba yun? And letting all these emotions in, yun yung mahirap i-unlearn sometimes. Yeah. So yeah, be more chalant.
Be more chalant, yeah.
Be more chalant.
With what you said then about like the Chinoy upbringing, ako, I think, I don't know. You tell me if it's true. But being a Chinoy, inevitable na parang feeling ko suppressed yung mga feelings natin. And so, it's hard kasi you have all of that bottled up and then you don't express it. And eventually, something's gonna break, diba? So now, I do express a lot more. And I think that's the whole point then of being chalant.
That's a good way to end our conversation of be more chalant. Where can our audience find you? What's next for you?
So, second half of the year, hoping to put up a lot more workshops. Definitely, we're gonna announce it on my platforms. You can find me on everywhere: Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, at Bea Chu TV.
These are workshops, like production workshops, ganon.
Yeah, so one that we are working on right now, it's going to come out real soon, is a mobile content creation workshop. Because I think everybody should know how to use what's in their pocket. Yeah, it's a very powerful tool.
That's true. Yeah, hindi naman natin kailangan all of these equipment to create good content. But yes, thank you so much, Bea. It has been a pleasure talking to you. Yay.
Thank you as well.
Thank you. Bye-bye.